serious about this project, we did some more homework on it and found out Plain City's really growing, and you have the potential to grow a lot. And that's a technical term, by the way. You're growing at 3 times the rate of the rest of Weber County. And when I look at, from an aerial view, how much land you have that's undeveloped in your city limits, that's that's likely to continue or accelerate. So the timing of this plan, I don't think you delay much. I think we need to get going on this one, just from a planner's perspective. Your current general plan last time it had a pretty significant update was 2018 had some updates with the housing and so forth, the housing requirements that came out a couple years ago. But really, your foundational last time you started over with the general plan was 2003.
Yeah.
So yes, very much timely, but that also should tell the council and the public, anybody interested, that's how important these plans are. You don't redo your general plan every day. So it is important to get it done right, and make it update as you go. But really getting the community to write their vision for what the town needs to be in the future. Um, the way we're going to structure this is 2 phases, basically. Think of the first phase as the general plan, and so that is a document that most of the public will understand because it's not technical. It literally talks about what the town wants to be when it grows up. So it talks about vision and future land use expectations and assumptions and things like that. That's your general plan side of things. But we're also under contract under the same grant to do your zoning code. So all the land use regulations, we'll relook at your subdivision, make sure that's still working. I'll have enough time. We'll have gone by to see if that's still working. But more your zoning. That question that was in the couple of those questions there in the public comment about ADUs. That's huge. That's huge in every town. But if it's unclear to residents, that means it's not great code. So we need to get on topics like that and make sure that it's representing the vision in the plan, it's legally binding, but that it's written in plain language so everybody can understand it. So there's kind of another phase, sort of. What we're going to do under this contract as well is put a lot of good emphasis on the transportation element of the general plan. I have 2 subcontractors that are going to be working with me on that. An engineering group called Jones and DeMille Engineering, and one called Avenue Consulting, both of which have different strengths. They're going to help your transportation plans talk to the land use plans, which are going to talk to all your water. Hopefully, everything fits together at the end. So I'm very excited to work with those guys. Um, my contract with the Wasatch Front Regional Council says a 14 to 15 month timeline. As I've been learning more about what you're up to and reading kind of some of the documents you've got already, I kind of want to accelerate that, and that's something I probably need some feedback on if I'm going to push you guys too hard. But if we were hoping to have the general plan phase um, I thought it was 7, 8 months. It looks like it's 10 months in our contract. I actually kind of want to accelerate because 10 months from now is the holidays, and nobody goes to public meetings for the holidays. Plus, you guys will be working on your budget. So I'm going to try to compress that schedule a little over the summer and get a lot of good momentum and get that general plan going. The way we want to engage with the public is we want to do a number of in-person, community-wide public workshops, and they can be in City Hall, but they can also be at a park. They can be where I want to go. You guys will have to tell me what works and what's worked in the past. But those are meetings where my folks will be up there and we'll have maps. Hopefully, we can have planning commissioners there too to just kind of be the fly on the wall that listens to things. But give a resident a marker and here's the map, and they can say I live over here, this is a problem, and they make it the note in the actual map. Then we can start to work on solutions. So want to do those in person, but I also know people don't love public meetings, and so we have a pretty strong online engagement as well, where it looks like we're going to use the city's website, and we'll start to put some surveys in it and some noticing, some of the things that we need to do there. Drafts, of course, when we start to get, I don't want to say rough drafts. I want to say a little bit more polished so it doesn't get confusing and discourage people. But I want all the transparency there. So when we start to get things going, I want it to be a Google Doc that anybody in the community can come and see when my team is typing in it, you can be in there watching us type if that's exciting to you. But you can see kind of what we're doing, that kind of transparency. But as far as interacting with your planning commission and city council, you folks are the ones that really kind of know the nuts and bolts of how the cities specifically is working. So we'd love to have some in-person workshops, particularly with the planning commission, but maybe even a kickoff with the city council and the planning commission, just so I can hear where are the pain points, what's the great stuff, what's the stuff that's broken, needs to be fixed, need to get going on that. And then toward the end, the way that these get adopted is through a very specific public process with public hearings and all that. So it's not like this will just get finished and then all of a sudden the residents wake up one day and there's a new plan in place. There's a lot of opportunities for interaction. At the end of the project, you'll have a new general plan. We hope to have that online, very easy for anybody in the community to see. And it will talk about larger issues like growth and, kind of the socioeconomic stuff, but then also agricultural preservation, a whole chapter on housing, a whole chapter on water, the local economy, transportation, like I mentioned before. We want another deliverable will be your entirely new land use title. We hope to have definitions that are abundantly clear. We love graphics, tables, like little illustrations and such. We want to do all that. And then again, that transportation work, we need to work very closely with the regional council and with UDOT on, who's doing what with roads, but it's not just roads. We want to also talk about your active transportation trails, that kind of thing, bike lanes and all that. If you're, where are those going to go? If you're going to have those go. So anyway, that's kind of that's it in a nutshell. I would say the next step you should expect from me is for me to put together some baseline data, kind of what it looks like, what Plain City looks like to a guy from the outside like myself. And then I want to hold a workshop, make sure everybody in the planning commission and the city council are on the same page that, okay, I get it, this is what we're doing. And then we notice it publicly and just invite the public to start participating, start telling us their hopes and dreams and what they like and what we need to focus on. So that's it in a nutshell. I want to do that meeting if I could. I kind of want to put my team on notice that we have something back to you within a month. But that's our goal.
So
Any
Mike,
questions
we already discussed this a little bit. We're proposing a meeting on March 12th with both the Planning Commission and the council. That would be a Planning Commission evening. But it'd be a work meeting where we could at least kick this off.
Excellent. Cool.
When?
It would be March 12th.
So it would be planning commission meeting.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Great. Very good.
And that would be our official kind of kickoff. So
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
That'd be great. I like to go to that first meeting, and if I could get as many city council and as many planning commissioners in that meeting, that'd be great. And the public, if they want to come, that'd be great. But just I come and I'm like, I'm the guy on the outside. I've looked at you. Here's what I saw. Tell me what I didn't see correctly, or what did I totally miss? When I do this in rural areas, by the way, I always make the joke, like, tell me where the good fishing hole is. And no one will do that. Nobody tells me. They're like, if I tell you, you'll write it down and then everybody will know. But Plain City, I think we're going to be okay with that. I think you guys don't have a lot of fishing holes right there in downtown. So anyway, I don't know, maybe you do, but don't tell me those if you don't want me to put it on a map. Yeah, exactly.
a carp now.
I heard some stuff about mosquitoes this morning, so.
Yeah. We'll share those.
Yeah, right.
We'll even box them up for you.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Any other questions for Mike while he's here with us?
No, sounds exciting.
Okay. We'll
Yeah,
plan on
I'm a
that.
planning nerd, so of course I'm going to say it's exciting, but I think you guys are doing the right thing. I've worked with a lot of towns where they'll just do a plan or they just try to write their ordinances. And when the left hand and right hand aren't going at the same time, it's very hard. It's because one has to give the rationale to the other, legally. And so the fact that you're doing them this concentrated, the planning commission is going to get sick of me by the 4th of July, I'm sure. But, well, most people probably sooner than that. But it's really good that you get it done, stay focused, and then you push me out of town, and you'll actually have some good stuff, and it'll work out great.
Okay. Well, we're all looking forward to it, and we'll be looking forward to March 12th. Okay?
Excellent. Me too. All right. Thanks, everybody.
Thanks for joining us. Okay, next up, we have a yeah,
Just let them know kind of what we're thinking.
please, yeah.
We talked this morning about maybe, because we're gonna have so many meetings and stuff, of maybe changing the planning commission schedule a little bit, so like your first meeting of the month be a work meeting, and then the second meeting be where you conduct the business.
Okay, so a work meeting dedicated to the general plan.
Well,
Or whatever, too.
Oh, okay.
Ordinances.
So we can have discussions on, say, I don't know, the DADU or.
yes.
Yes.
Yes, anything that's important.
Okay,
General plan will probably take precedence,
yeah.
but,
So we would do administrative items on our second meeting of
Yes.
the month.
yeah.
How is that gonna go with permits and whatnot?
Well, that's what we don't exactly know how that's all gonna work. So for this meeting on the 12th, we're gonna plan it as being the general plan work meeting. But in the meantime, I gotta get with whoever so that we can make sure that things are happening, that we're not. But I just wanted to throw that out to you.
No, that's good, that seems like an efficient way.
I mean, it's a heavy load on you guys. This is a lot, so we want to
That's new.
kind of alleviate that as much as we can.
Can I say just one thing?
Yeah.
Okay, come over here.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know if you could hear me.
So, the last time we did a general plan, I really got a bad taste in my mouth from it, because what happened was there were more developers in the meeting that without, some were residents, some were not, but there were more developers than there were citizens. And I would really encourage the general public to come to that meeting, just because they were swaying the work that we were doing. And I think you look at that plan, it kind of reflects that. And so I don't know how we get the word out more than we can.
So are you talking at this very first meeting or just?
All of them. Yeah, all of them.
Okay.
So,
Mike, are you still here?
That plan reflects it, really?
what's that?
By that plan reflects it.
Yeah, I feel like it does. I feel like that plan's more of to me, a very urban interpretation of the problems that we have.
Yes.
Where we're looking for a rural solution. And that's just what I feel with the way things got zoned and the way it all worked out. And there were a lot of questions that we had as a commission that I still don't think we resolved. And with things coming in like the new Legacy Highway and proposed development around that we discussed this morning, I think we really need to have the general public's involvement. So I don't know how to pitch that even more.
Mike, are you on there?
I am. Yeah.
Did you hear all that?
Yeah. That's we're definitely need to do.
Okay,
Keep going. Sorry.
okay.
Well, Jared, you know, like I know, and a lot of people here, we're kind of like the ones that have lived here
Yeah,
your whole life, but you're not getting like the generation above us, like my parents or my older sister, or we need those guys to come and be part of this. But now how do you reach them? Because I'll tell you,
that's a
they're
good
not
question.
they're not on the internet.
yeah. The problem I see is when things come before the planning commission with the zoning and there's this public clamor with it and, why wasn't I informed? And you're like, well, and
Been
you
there.
had the opportunity to express your concerns with regards to the zone and around your house, and you didn't come.
Yeah.
And I really, I don't know if we can do this. It would be great if it was just opened up to the citizens of Plain City only, but I don't think I'm not sure.
legally if we can.
I don't think we can legally
I've
do,
always thought, is there a way we can dedicate nights to developers so that they would have input, but they do it on their own night, and the other nights would be to
that
the
might
general?
be the best way
Might
to
be
do
a
it.
great idea.
But I would love to see more than what came the last time
Yeah.
from our
Yeah.
community.
Do we know what we did to advertise before?
Well, I'm sure we did the minimum that we had to do.
Right.
Yeah,
I know we held meetings in the shop, I mean, we put them everywhere.
Everywhere. Well, and back to your point is, people don't realize how much planning has taken place until they're starting to dig next to them, and they're like, wait a minute, I do nothing about this. Well,
Right.
it's been going on for 9 months, and we tried to reach out to you, but at the time you weren't interested.
and I'm weird. I enjoy this. I mean, I went to school and I did this, on a different scale, but I did this for school and I enjoy the whole charrette part of it. It's just fun for me. I know it's weird. I know
You said it, I mean.
I'm a nerd that way, and I will admit it. But I would love to see more.
I would too.
Interaction and more, because Plain City's getting bigger, and
Yeah.
I don't know all the nooks and crannies, and I don't know, all the parts of Plain City. Where I grew up, and
Right.
I know where I spent my time there. But there are a lot of it that I don't know and understand, and it'd be good to get that wide demographic and capture it. So,
Yeah.
thanks for letting me take a little.
That's
No,
a
important
great
points.
idea.
Well, I would think Mike would agree if the more representation from different, parties is definitely gonna be better.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Even, you talked about developers, and I get what you're saying. You want them there a little bit, so maybe you're right.
Yeah, and they're landowners, so that's, that's their, I guess, right, or to do that, but it just didn't sit well with me last time we
Yeah.
opened this up, that was the majority of the developers were voicing their opinions, and it didn't, yeah,
And it reflects.
yeah, so.
I'll tell your
I don't-
neighbors.
I don't know if any of you are on the Facebook page that's so popular. I don't follow that anymore, but somebody could get them all riled up. That'd be great to have them here.
Yeah.
So, this is your chance. This is your
Yeah.
chance to voice your opinion about what goes on in your town and what goes on around your house, in the future. So,
Careful what you wish for, Jared.
what's that?
Careful what you wish for.
I know.
They're watching.
Are they? Well, if Gary's Westergaard's watching, shout out to Gary. So he texted me last meeting. So anyway, thank you. Appreciate it. Any questions for me? Okay.
Thank
Good.
you for
Thank
everything
you.
you do.
Thank you very much. Okay, let's move on to our discussion about hardware and monitor in our conference room. So one of the first things I noticed when I went in our conference room is there's no monitor there. And to me, I think it's essential. I've been to probably 10 meetings thus far that I think a monitor would have been helpful. Whether it's, when we're going to be doing the budget in the future, or whether we have developers coming in to show us, or where we're looking at maps. Dan could certainly educate us if we had an opportunity to project what's on our laptop on a nice big screen. So I talked with Diane and others about this, and think it's, an important need for the city. It's not real inexpensive to do, but I think it's money well spent. We're looking at a 75-inch monitor that has the, ability to have remote capabilities. And so we went to 3 vendors. One of them was ProEdge. They came in at a bid of $65.38. You've seen all the bids there. We have Arno Network Systems, $73.40. Sorensen Installations, $93.96. And I know is our ProEdge individual here? He's not.
It doesn't look like
Okay, all right.
they're the ones that are doing our cameras and stuff.
Yeah, they're
The new one.
a
Okay.
good entity.
Okay.
I
Yep.
think their bid is exceptional. And so I'd like you to entertain, considering ProEdge to be the one to put that monitor in.
What's the Rally Plus?
What's that?
The Rally Plus 960, what's the 2,700? Because I see the TV, the mount, what's the Rally Plus?
The what?
Like the operating system?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It sets in the middle of the table and it's all remote and you can hook into it and it projects, yeah. We did look at our budget and we do have the money
That was
for this purchase, so.
Is this going to allow us to record where we could hold like work meetings in there?
I don't know that. I don't know that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, don't we?
Teams or whatever we go to.
We have the ability to record the meeting, we do. I just don't know what the requirements are on your end as a recorder.
We'll just have to look at it.
Okay.
If public's invited, we probably need to stick here.
Here.
Because otherwise it
Yeah.
looks like we're
Hiding.
hiding stuff, so.
Hmm. As long as the doors are open, you can do it in there.
What's that?
As long as the doors are open, you can do it in there. You just can't close the doors. Right,
No.
yeah, if a lot of people show up, it's gonna get tight.
Yeah, all 50 of you.
Yeah, I don't know if I have any questions. It is a lot of money, but it would be nice. In fact, we could have used it in our meeting last Friday, right?
Yeah.
To look over the cities.
I've been in several meetings that would have been helpful.
America 250 meeting.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
And this upcoming budget meeting, when we're all, we'll have to do that here though, huh? But,
Well, the department heads.
That's, can use that.
yeah.
If it makes you feel any better, I got another bid
Ooh,
for a hold up another system, $15,000.
yeah. Yeah.
what do you mean by whole of their system though? Is it different like different capabilities, or what do you mean?
Same stuff, but just different brands.
Just more money for the same out, okay.
And so we were trying to go the minimum that we need, but yet to take care of our needs. So,
You said, I don't remember, you said the gentleman from ProEdge was gonna be online?
Mike was supposed to be, but he's not there yet, so.
I guess the only thing, it'd be nice to hear him say, because if you, I mean, I'm gonna go simplistic here, so everybody, you look at this, from somebody sitting at home is, I can go buy a TV at Walmart for $1,000, right? So you're gonna get that. This seems like a lot. It'd be nice to see his explanation as to why these commercial equipment it's gonna be more money than just going to buy a TV at Walmart and hooking it up to the laptop, right?
Fair point.
I think it's good. Like I said, as we talked last Friday in our meeting, a lot of the discussions were around roads, which again, I was gonna bring up later, but to start planning the roads and with the general plan, as Mike talked about a minute ago, we're gonna have to have these discussions on the city in its entirety, and that's the one complaint I've had in these city council meetings. We look at these little screens, but at times it'd be nice to have a
Yeah.
big screen to look at.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
We look over at the screen here in this room, and it's pretty small when you're trying to look at the whole city in its entirety to decide what's going on and what kind of plans to make. So I think it's a good idea.
I think it's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
You guys
fine.
good with that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's move forward to, Dan, you want to come up and we'll ask you some questions, or maybe want to hear what you have to say about these conditional final acceptance we'll start with West Park Phase 2. You have in your packet letters from Dan and Brad Jensen from Wasatch Civil. Was there any questions? All right, I'll entertain a motion.
I don't, unless Dan has stuff to talk about.
Dan, you want to say anything on that?
Yeah, conditional final acceptance for West Park Phase 2. There's no more phases. At that point, they're locked between the county and the JDC properties, and yeah, so they can't expand anymore. We do have a walking trail that goes through there. Hopefully, it'll tie in at one point with JDC's, and then if we can go out north underneath the power lines, the power corridors, that'd be great to continue that on, and then tie it into Still Creek Park with the 9-foot trail that we've got through there, and then that goes through the subdivision out north. So, yeah, that'd be great.
Great.
All right, then if there's no discussion, I will make a motion to approve the conditional final acceptance of West Park Phase 2.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Motion carries. Let's go to Panunzio Phase 2.
Yep, Panunzio Phase 2, once again, we have no other phases. They do have a potential to do a Phase 3, and then that would actually wrap around off the south end and start heading back up to the east. And they do have a plan of it, but I haven't seen anything move forward. But like I said, but Phase 2 just goes off to the west of Panunzio Phase 1, smaller area. But did have cul-de-sac at the end of it, and then it spurs out into Carlos's property out west. So, but yeah, it's really kind of held up a little bit because the detention pond, and then they had a couple of small items with the survey markers and stuff not being completed, and so, but they finally got those done and ready to move forward.
So I've got a question about that. I read that survey markers are actually like underground, that there's a metal piece that stays underground. Is that true?
Yes.
Okay.
The what? I'm sorry?
Sometimes-
The survey?
Surveying markers.
The
Yeah,
survey
the survey markers, they have a lid on them,
Yeah.
and it's usually a brass cap that goes in the ground, so, and that way they don't lose the point.
And that's like a metal detector can find them?
What's that?
Can a metal detector find them?
No, they're out in the asphalt. They're usually
Oh,
they're
okay.
usually at the point of an intersection, starting point, and then off to the front before it goes into a cul-de-sac.
Okay.
So, yeah.
And there's some from Clearback that are marks, that are rocks, cinder
Really?
blocks. Yes, I used to work for the recorder's office, and now it's
Okay.
recorder survey, and then they did some surveying out where I live, and there were actual rocks that were,
Engraved, yeah.
uh-huh.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I had just read something, and when you said survey markers, I was like, wait, question. Okay. But if there's no other actual discussion about the real topic, sorry, I got sidetracked. I'll make a motion to approve the conditional final acceptance of the Panunzio Phase 2.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Let's go to Panunzio Estates. Huh?
Oh, hi, Mike.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
can you hear me? It's my
Hey.
turn?
Mike, thanks for joining us. There were just some questions on the monitor that we're purchasing and the system we're purchasing.
Yep.
Just wanted to give you a moment to talk about your bid here and what it includes. There might be a few questions for you.
Okay, so I'll just kind of give you a little background of what it is. So Logitech Rally, it's that system. You have speakers, you have a mic, you have a camera. This is awesome for Zoom meetings or Teams or whatever kind. So it switches to any kind of meeting. So say Plain City Zoom now, and in the future their Teams, we can switch any of that pretty easily. The monitor is a professional monitor, so it's meant for rooms like this. It doesn't have apps on it. It's meant to stay on 24/7 if you want, and it has a longer longevity than a normal TV. So really for a conference room, it hits it out of the park. So
There was a question. Do you want to give me your question on the Rally box?
Oh, yeah, that was,
No, that was mine, and she answered. It was the brains.
Yeah.
operating system.
Okay,
Yeah, so the rally box, there's a box behind the TV under the table that just kind of communicates the mics to the TV and to whatever's plugging into like a laptop or a PC. That just kind of communicates all that audio or sound back and forth. So
okay. All right, so you've installed quite a few of these systems before?
yep, we've done tons of them, and I haven't had a complaint yet. So we've done quite a few, and they're pretty handy. They're easy to use too. That's the best part. It's not rocket science. Anybody can go and plug in, and it just comes up. So
How long's the installation process?
it'd take us about half a day to get everything set and tuned and up and going.
Really?
Is there a warranty?
Ooh,
Yep, we do warranty, workmanship. I gotta check on the parts, but our workmanship's 1 year, and then I gotta see what Logitech's warranty is, but at least a year. And we're pretty good, right? If you're a year and 6 months, if it was only a year, we'll still help you out. And we like Plain City, so close to home, and we'll take care of you.
that's what they all say.
It's true. You're my neighbors. I live in Warren, so it's I love the drive to Plain City. It's better than Salt Lake, so.
Oh, by far.
Oh, amen to that.
Okay.
Okay. Is this a touch screen?
No, just a display.
Okay. All right.
Okay, I think that's all the questions. Really appreciate you jumping on, Mike.
Yeah, no problem. Sorry I was a little late, but we got here, so
Thank you.
thanks. Thank you, everyone.
Any more discussion? I'll motion that we approve the bid for hardware and monitor in the conference room.
The Pro Edge bid,
What's that? With
the Pro Edge.
Pro Edge?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, motion carries. Let's go down to Panunzio Final Acceptance, Phase 1 then.
Nunzio Phase 1, we're actually asking for final. They've completed the year warranty, and I ended up doing my walkthrough 2 weeks ago, and when it was decent weather, no snow on the ground, but anyways, it's, and everything held up, everything looks good. Still like to put a stripe down the middle of there to kind of keep everybody in line, but no, it turned out really good. So and that's over there across from the Maverick, and made us put a 4-way stop in to try to control that a little bit. But so we did do a traffic study on that to see if it warranted a traffic light or some other type of device, roundabout or anything to that point. And it came back and they said 4-way is definitely warranted. Traffic light is not at this point. And I'm like, okay, very good. And we did that before they started building. I had them do a traffic study for that intersection. So.
Okay. Entertain a motion?
A motion to approve the final acceptance for Panunzio Estates Phase 1.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. We'll go to final acceptance of Still Creek Village Detention Pond Park.
This is actually part of Phase 2 of Still Creek Village, and we actually had the developer hang on to the warranty, extend the warranty for the park area because they had a few issues with the landscaping, grass growing down on the bottom, a lot of salt mixed in with the dirt and whatnot. I think there was a mix-up on when wintertime hit. They ended up taking the salt mix and putting it into the park, and it killed all the grass, and yeah, kind of made a mess. But JC was definitely nice to hang on to it, and he said, hey, I'll improve it and take care of it and bring it back, and which he did. And at that point, like I said, it carried on 3 years past the point of the subdivision. So But and at this point, we're asking for final to release him of the responsibility of taking care of that. Turn it over to the city.
I'd rather he just keeps mowing it. It's cheaper that way. No, I'm just kidding.
All right, I'll make a motion to approve the final acceptance of Still Creek Village Detention Pond Park.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. We'll go to River Crossing Phase 3, final acceptance.
Yep, and this is final acceptance. Once again, River Crossing Phase 3, and that's out west off of 1500 North. And they have successfully completed their warranty phase. And so at this point, we're asking for to go into final and releasing that to the city. And at this point, there's no other phases to be added on to that. Maybe in the future, I'd like to see a road tie on to Phase 3. They've got a couple of stub roads that would go out west and tie on to 5100, but or 5900 off of that area. But that would actually be nice. But you know, go through some of those farms. But yeah, get another outlet on that. So, but.
We have a motion for River Crossing Phase 3.
I'll make a motion to accept the final acceptance for River Crossing Phase 3.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you.
Approval of business licenses. Give you a moment to look through those if you have any questions.
This reminds me, was there any discussion on the food truck, possibly new ordinances on that?
Not recently, no.
I know Stacy's done some,
I was gonna say, Stacy's been doing work on it.
she's worked on it every day, so.
Okay.
Well,
I figured it wouldn't fall through the cracks.
yeah.
I'm not sure when the appropriate time is to talk about that, but I have found out a few things too, so I guess I'll just, okay.
I just saw cotton candy sales, and I was like,
I know. Yeah. She does, yeah, so.
All right, any questions on these business licenses? If not, entertain a motion.
I'll motion to approve the business license as presented to the city council on February 19th, 2026.
second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you very much. All right, warrant registry.
looking at this thing. Yeah. The Bona Vista Water, Diane, is that? Or Dan or whoever? The Bona Vista Water? Is this like all the facilities? Is that what it is?
Well, it's what they're billing, they do our billing for us, and then they send us the bill, and I have to divide it into 3 departments. The general fund, the sewer, and the storm sewer. That's why it looks like there's 3 different things each time.
Oh, gotcha.
Is that your question?
But it's not for our facilities, I guess.
The one that says water use, is there one?
Yeah, at the top.
Oh.
Mhm.
That is the water that we're using in different meters and stuff.
And the rest of it is because we run the billing for the residents' water, right? Okay. I guess residents and commercial and everything, but yeah. The total for the Weber County, isn't it, it's like 700,000-800,000? This times 4, I think it's around 6 something then, if I remember right.
I have a note on that too.
Okay. Ready? I'll make a motion to approve the warrant register for the dates February 1st, 2026 through February 18th, 2026.
Second.
Okay, we have to do a roll call on this, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
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 Do I vote too? Aye, yeah.
If it makes you feel any better, that throws me off still, and it's been 2 years, so.
All right. Okay, well, very good. Let's see, council reports. Where shall we start? Let's start over here with Adam.
So I kind of mentioned a teaser there, but I've got a few things. So as we talk about the general plan and just the city as it grows and also the current state, obviously one of my focuses is going to be looking at our infrastructure and making sure that we have what we need now and then also into the future. And we've been starting to work quite a bit about that and having some discussions with Dan and Phil and I have talked about that already. So that's a big focus that I want to look at in the next couple of years. And then also working with, like I mentioned earlier, the Wasatch Front Regional Council as we get these plans put together. Hopefully we'll have enough time to start applying for some grants in areas where we can maybe get some for active transportation and things. There's a lot of money, you know, maybe I shouldn't say that. There is money out there for active transportation right now, and then also roads if we need it. But definitely active transportation as we come up with these trail plans, and I think we need to start looking at that and looking more into the future as to how we want to build these trails. We have a trails master plan that whether we love it now or we don't, we can look at it a little bit with the general plan as we talked earlier and go from there and hopefully start building something and as Rachel mentioned a few times, connecting the dots, and I think Dan even mentioned it with some of these subdivisions as he talked. Start connecting the dots to make these trails look like a trail and not just a short piece of where do I go from here, right? We've been working on that. I'll look forward to seeing what we talk about with the DADUs. I have my own personal opinion on those things, but I'll hold that until we get talking about them. I will say I don't think they're the only answer for our high density stuff, but it'll be interesting to see where we go with that with the new general plan. And yeah, like Mike said, I don't know, I've never heard that 3 times more than any other city around. I saw Jared shaking his head when he said that earlier, so we definitely got to be ready for it. Whether we like it or we don't, it's here. And with the Olympics, it might get even worse, right? So at least that's what we saw last time. If we can remember clear back, what was that, 24 years ago, right?
Please don't say that. That makes
Yeah.
me so old.
Yep. So I think that's all I have.
My husband was in college, so.
That was my job as Weber County.
I was actually in college too, and I got 2 weeks off because they did the curling at the,
That's what I was.
the event center.
Decided to go to Hawaii.
So for you, it was bad. For me, it was, woo, 2 weeks off.
That's what he said. He
Yeah.
decided to skip
was
it
a
all
long
and went
time
to
ago.
Hawaii.
Yeah.
All right, Councilman Bill.
All right, so I put this in front of you guys if you
Seen that.
are interested in looking at it. I have to go and I will miss 2 city council meetings. They're all on Thursday.
Oh, really?
That's usually what happens.
So
The next two?
no, so this is in April and May.
Okay.
So 2 of those meetings I will,
There's a notice, Diane, okay. She's gonna miss.
I have some extras up here. I will give you Jed's, Councilman Jenkins. I also have one up here that's for the fire department, and I thought one could go to the Lions Club, since they're leaders as well. They might need to help in a disaster, so.
Yeah.
I did get this to one stake. I'm working on getting one to another stake, as well as the Liberty Church, so that they're informed as well. There was a training last week that I wasn't able to attend because I was in the pickup line picking up my daughter from school, but I have the slides. There's a training on the 23rd that I'll be attending, and a training on the 26th next week, which is why I won't be at the meeting next week. Also, I've reached out to Mason's Bench to get the service project rolling for America 250. I have a training with Chris Abbott for America 250 to get our website up and running. And I have promotional materials coming. They're giving us a free sample for who the state has contracted with for anything that we might want to order to get our promotional products out with our logo on it to pass out to the residents as an option, but we have other options as well.
Great.
And then as soon as I'm done with the training with Chris, a lot of things should be going out.
Excellent. Some good stuff there. Thanks for taking care of that emergency stuff in Weber County. There's a lot of meetings.
A lot of meetings.
And a lot of time online. Hop on and
All
do
right,
it.
Councilman Wilson.
Okay, talked to Colette, and she says that the track and baseball signups are up and going. Volleyball signups just ended, and they are double the number of participants from last year. The 4th of July celebration is going well. They're still looking for someone for the 5K run, hoping for some donations to purchase a chute for the junior rodeo. They're also working on sponsors and donations for the concert. And she's met with you about sponsorships and different
Yeah,
things, so.
Yeah, I mean, she's well ahead on the 4th of July, it sounds like. I
Yeah.
mean, she's got everybody filled except for that 5K run.
Yeah.
So that's good.
It sounds like I need to start looking for some grants for some transportation. There might be some out there that
Yeah.
we could look at for help.
Yeah.
That's key. City is growing. We got to have that infrastructure in place, so. All right, so just a quick overview on my part. Discussion we had on the Plain City Planner. Diane has worked really hard on this. She's got a job description ready to go. When are you going to put it up?
Hopefully tomorrow. We have technical problems this week, so I'm a little bit behind, so
Okay.
for sure, there's next.
All right, so it'll be interesting to see what we get on a part-time basis, and if we don't get who we're looking for, we will take a look at full-time, so. Quick update on 3600, we do have a final property owner that we're meeting with, tomorrow, so we're continuing to work towards that, if that works well. I'm hoping we can, begin construction in 2026. 2200, you've all been given an interlocal agreement that was provided to us from Weaver County. Just interested in your notes, see where we're headed. I know some of you have already provided that, but we're headed in that direction to consider that interlocal agreement. North Plain City Road continues to move forward. That project, general plan we discussed already, and transfer station. My next WACOG meeting, they tell me they will have some current information on where we're at with that, so we'll see how that goes. That's about it right now, so. Anything else?
No.
Okay, I'll consider a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion is
Recording stopped.